Forever I'll live, forever I'll try. Forever I'll run, forever I'll die. Forever this heart, forever my soul. Forever I'll be, forever unknown. Days and nights, skin and bone. Forever this town, forever my car. Forever this night, forever these stars. Forever I live, forever unknown. Forever in love, forever a ghost. Days and nights, skin and bone. I'm still here, but you moved on. Forever falls in love with the guy that wears sweater vests. She used to be mine, but now it's like we never met. Forever leaves fast in the middle of the night. Forever breaks my heart and never says goodbye. Days and nights, skin and bone. I'm still here, but you moved on. I live inside an old photograph. I wish that I could feel your love again. So I live inside that old photograph. And I wish that I could feel your love again. Forever falls in love with the guy that wears sweater vests. She used to be mine, but now it's like we never met. Forever leaves fast in the middle of the night. Forever breaks my heart and never says goodbye.
Hello from the Outer Broadcasting Corporation of East Ayrshire. Welcome, civilization. I hope you can hear me and see me clearly. I'm quite sure you can, but maybe no. Oh, I'm looking awful hot there. I'm going to pull my mic down just a little bit. Oh, that's awful hot there, isn't it? Let me see about that. That's too low. How about that there? That's probably just about right, I think. Aye. Right, let me get rid of my face on this side, because that's always very annoying and confusing actually seeing in this screen, so that's a bit weird. 44 people watching. Somebody said give us a thumbs up. I'd like to see 44 thumbs ups. That would be awesome if we could, but of course we'll probably get some people in here who are just watching what I'm saying, seeing if I say anything a bit naughty, see if there's anything that I say they can catch me out with. You know what I mean? We'll get to that in a wee while. Right, so I'm quite sure you can see me. Steve Hume, you've just said hello. Thought it was Mrs. Doubtfire. Oh, I take it this is your first time in here, Steve. Aye, it's not quite Mrs. Doubtfire. Maybe the same accent, but not quite. Right, let's see if I can get rid of that without messing things up. This is weird things are happening again as always. Right, anyway. Oh, I've gone a little bit I've gone a little bit pixelated, I can see now. That's just the internet here. I can't rely on it to be absolutely steady because I live out in the sticks. There's nothing I can do. If it goes pixelated and I start to spin or whatever, there's nothing I can do about it. All I can do is maybe just take this off. Right, okay. So I've got my chat up in front of me, so I'm keeping my eyes on you. Stephen Frew says, how's sunny Drungen? So you must have been watching some of my videos maybe when the police came to my door. And you obviously recognised Drungen Primary School in the background. Is that right? Aye. I'm imagining so. Right, so I've got... Okay, so where do we start? Where do we start? Thanks all for popping into my monthly chat, right? Not weekly chat anymore, my monthly Blether. Because it's nice to see you. And I did promise that I would try my best to do a live stream on the first Sunday of every month rather than do every Sunday. However, when the later nights start coming back in, probably around about, I estimate April, right? I may very well go back to weekly every Sunday and go out in location, right? And take the... I mean, that's the whole... That's why I bought this DJI RC Pro. That was the purpose of buying this, was so that I could hook it up to either my Mini 3 or my Mavic 3, which I didn't have at the time. Hook it up so that you could actually see a live view of the drone flying, and you could even in the chat direct me, where would you like me to fly it? That was the purpose of me buying it, and they're not cheap, those things. That was 900 quid. I can't remember how much now, but they're not cheap. So I've been thinking that it's a bit of a waste, buying that and then not actually using it for the purpose I bought it, which was to go out and live stream the drone feed live. So probably come about maybe, I think about April, when the weather starts to, the nights start to get a bit lighter and a bit longer, I'll go back to weekly, and every Sunday evening I'll visit a different location. And if there's any locations that you'd like me to visit, you can always leave a comment in a video or send me a message or join my Discord and send me a DM or comment in there if you want me to actually visit a particular place to live stream from, and I'll be quite happy to do that as long as it's not too far. And if it is far, all you have to do is stick a wee couple of litres of fuel in my tank, as a few people have done it, and I'm going to call out their names just now. The reason I'm going to mention a few people is because Buy Me a Coffee has changed the way that you can respond to donations and messages. And pretty much you can't do it now. Or if you can, it's very convoluted. It used to be simply you just hit reply, and I would always reply with a personal message to everyone who ever bought me a litre of fuel. But recently, you can't do that. It doesn't have a reply feature. It doesn't have a reply button, so I can't reply. And if I don't want my supporters who are buying me fuel, which is Buy Me a Coffee, but I call it Buy Me a Litre, who are buying me fuel, I don't want them to think that I don't appreciate it. So for the people who have bought me some fuel over the past few weeks, I'd like to say thank you very much to Mark, first of all. Mark, thanks for buying me fuel. Peter Mannering, thanks again for buying me fuel as you do on a regular basis, and I appreciate that, Peter. Mike G, thanks for the massive donation of fuel. It nearly filled my tank up. Thanks very much for that. I do appreciate it. Dave Morrison, thank you again for giving me some fuel and keeping me on the road, or will put me on the road when the lighter nights come in. And finally, someone who just donated some fuel just before the live stream started, and that is Skycat. So thanks very much, Skycat. Now, some of you names might not be actually in the chat, but if you watch this back on the replay, I'd like you to know that I do appreciate it. And while I'm at it, I might as well just say thanks very much to everyone who is a member of the channel. I know you don't get much, but your subscriptions every month help me to keep going, and it offsets some of the costs of running a YouTube channel, of which there are many, and I might come on to that in a wee while. But talking about memberships, if you remember on, I think it was in my last live stream maybe, or I maybe just made a comment in the community section, and I said that I will be, YouTube have started to allow creators like me to donate or gift memberships, free memberships. It's 5 a month, I believe it is. I think it's 5 a month. We are allowed to now just give out. And I'm going to do that tonight. I am going to give away 5 free memberships to my channel. Now, a lot of people have emailed me and messaged me and said, oh, I'd love a membership. And I understand. And that if I could choose to give people to select the people who I wanted to give the membership to, I would do that. Because there are people who have been supporting me for a while, and I'd love to give them a membership. But I don't think that's the way it works. I haven't tested it, and I'm going to be trying it out tonight. But I think the way it's going to work, as far as I believe, is when I click the wee button. In fact, I'll show you it here if I can. Oh, and I'll close that page down, didn't I? Right, if you look on your chat, there's it's like a wee square box, I think it is, with a dollar sign in it. Now, when I click on that, I'll get a pop-up. I'll get a pop-up with a lot of things in it. If you do it, you'll get a chance to send me a super chat or a super thanks or a whatever, I don't really know. But when I do it, I'll get a chance to gift 5 memberships. But what I think it does is, I think it just randomly picks 5 people in the chat that are in the chat at the moment. I can't actually select. I can't say, right, I want to give one to that person, one to that person. It just randomly spams out 5 gift membership. I think that's the way it happens, right? I'm not sure, but I think that's the way it happens. So I'm going to be doing that a little bit later on in the show, right? What time are we at? We're only at 10 past. I'll be doing that about 1:30. I'll be doing that. I'll be clicking that wee box. In fact, let me see if I can bring it. I don't need to. You know what I'm talking about. If you look in your chat, if you're watching this not on a TV, but if you're watching it on a monitor or an iPad or a tablet or a phone, dollar sign on it, that's what I'll be clicking on to gift the memberships. And I'll do that about 1:30 if I remember. I will be doing it before the end of the show, but I'll try and do it at 1:30. Okay, so and that's another way of saying thanks for everyone who's a subscriber and who's coming into the chat and actually just being part of the community and supporting me emotionally as well as financially. Right, okay. But I've got an agenda. Right, so I've already spoken about I'm going to be returning to weekly live streams when the nights get a little bit longer, or the nights get shorter. When the daylight lasts a bit longer, excuse me. I've spoken about memberships, right? I'm going to be giving them out at 1:30-ish. Right, so I'll come on to my third agenda point in just a second. I'll have a quick look through your chat, right? Just a quick look. I'll look for the most recent and go back. Right, so my drone videos has just said, I've been missing the live stream. Great for it to be back. As I said, it's only back monthly, the first Sunday of every month until the lights get nighter. I reckon round about April. Well, that'll probably happen, and then I'll go back to weekly, okay? Andy Simo Simpson says, hey up, mate, from Yorkshire. Hey up, mate, same to you. Mavericks Don's friggin', eh? Okay, you, I believe, are in Macedonia currently. How's the weather? Bet you it's better than it is here. It's not particularly windy or rainy here. It rained constantly for 3 weeks over the 2-week period that I had off work over Christmas and New Year, a few days before it, and the 2 weeks that I had off. And on the day that I started back at work, which was last Wednesday just gone, the rain stopped, the sun came out. Typical, isn't it? So I didn't get a chance to get out and do much flying during that period. And then as soon as I go back to work, of course, the weather's improved slightly. Right, Stephen through, Naps lock near me in Retro is very scenic, something Slime 103 Pro there. Ooh, very interesting. There's locks everywhere you go, and I'm going to be showing you that in a little while. I've got a couple of wee clips to show you tonight, and there are locks, especially in my part of the road. I live in the southwest of Scotland, and you can't go 10 yards without running into a lock. They're just everywhere, which is fantastic, right? And I'm going to be showing you a clip because I've got a wee story to tell you about the clip I'm going to be showing you, and I'll come to it. Mr. Reason says, your video, Where Can You Fly Drone in Scotland, is very informative. Thanks. You're very welcome, Mr. Reason. I felt it was important for me to make that video to let people who live in Scotland with a drone and just aren't really sure where they can fly, and more particularly for people who want to visit Scotland either on holiday or a long stay or a short stay with a drone, and are thinking, well, where do I fly? Because it's different from England and Wales and Northern Ireland, where Scotland, where you can fly a drone is different, not because the drone regulations are any different in Scotland from the rest of the UK, but because Scotland has some particular laws that give us more freedoms in recreational activities. And I'm not going to go into it tonight. I've gone into it a lot of times, and you can watch my videos on that. As Mr. Reason says, you can watch that video right there. So, Fish Diaries, I'm just going to see if I get this to pop up. Oh, I can't pop it up there. I'll have to pop up here. Fish Diaries, thanks very much for that super chat. Okay, so that how that happens is that if you click that wee icon I was telling you about with the wee dollar sign, you can, if you want to throw me a couple of quid or whatever, you can do. I don't monetize the live streams at all, so I don't make any advertising revenue from it. And I want to speak a wee bit about advertising revenue and videos and monetization. If you do follow my channel, and I'm sure everyone's in here that's in here will follow, otherwise why would you be in here? You'll notice that not the video that my most recent video, but the one prior to that, which was, I went into some depth on the C1 label, and my position was that I found laws, UK laws, that seemed to say that you can, with a C1 label, and if you meet certain criteria, you can fly a C1 marked Mavic 3 with the same restrictions as you can a Mini 3. Okay, now I didn't get into an argument, but there were a few commenters who took umbrage with that, and they said that I was wrong, and they pointed out a few parts of legislation that they claim made my position moot. In other words, my position didn't stand up. I contested that and said, well, you show me the UK law that supports your position, that my position is wrong. And they just basically repeated what they had to say. And I said to them, okay, I've had a look at what you've had to say, and I don't agree with you. Now, I don't believe either of the people I was arguing with, not arguing with, but having a small conversation with, are lawyers, and I'm not either. So, the legalities obviously have to be left to lawyers. But strangely and coincidentally, the next day after I had responded back and forth a few times to these two commenters, and basically had said to them, well, I don't agree with your position, I believe that I'm right. The next day, I got a message from YouTube saying that the ad revenue was being restricted on this video because it was deemed unsuitable for advertisers. I couldn't understand why, so I appealed it. And the way YouTube works is if a report or a complaint is put in, the AI makes a decision and either demonetizes or pulls a video down, right? And the AI is just not reliable. So I appealed and asked for a human being to intervene and to actually go through the video and see if it was not advertiser friendly. I got a reply back, and I got a reply within a few minutes, which said that a human has now reviewed the video, and our position stands. We deem it not advertiser friendly. But the thing is, the length of time that it took from me to appeal it and them to reply was shorter than the duration of the actual video. So I know they didn't watch the video. So the video was demonetized. And so I then removed it from public view and put it into the members only channel, because I'm not going to run a video that has adverts on it that YouTube keep all of the ad revenue and don't give me any share of it. I'm just not going to do that. So I had to move it to the members. So it's in the member section, and if anyone wants to see it that is a member, they can see it. And if anyone gets one of the 5 gifts I'm giving away tonight, they can go and watch it. If anyone else wants to watch it, you have to become a member. Mavericks Drone, thanks very much for your super chat. I think I can pop it on the screen. There you go, I can pop it on the screen. Thanks very much for that, I do appreciate it. I don't know what this is. Let's celebrate their 3rd super on a live stream. Oh, right, so that just popped up here. I don't know if you can see it, but it says, let's celebrate Mavericks Drone's 3rd super on a live stream. So thanks very much for your 3rd super on a live stream. So YouTube is weird and wonderful. It's good points. It allows people with a bit of a creative bent, like myself, to produce content and publish it, right? And as long as you stay within their guidelines, that content can go up. And you get a good feeling from publishing something that you think, that's a pretty good video. You get a good feeling. And you get paid a little bit of money. I think it's 45% of the ad revenue comes to me, which is a tiny amount. I get next to nothing because I don't get many views in my videos, as you know. So I get next to none, but I get a little amount in. So that's good. It gives you a good feeling as well when you get a little bit into your bank account and you're making videos you like. But it has its downsides. The downsides are that if anyone in the world just decides for whatever reason, maliciously or not, that I'm going to F you up by reporting your videos, they pretty much automatically get taken down and there's nothing you can do about it. So it's something that you just have to deal with. You just have to say, right, it's not fair. People just went, I'm going to report you, and your video will get taken down, and it does. Now, if I was a big content creator who was earning thousands and thousands on per video, and my videos were getting taken down, I'd be upset. But I earn a couple of quid on each of my videos. So if one gets taken down, it's annoying that I spend a lot of time creating them, and because some wee wants to report it, it gets taken down. But it's no big loss. Anyway, enough about that. I'm going to move on to my oh, that was my 3rd point. My recent video was demonetised. I was going to mention something else, but I'm not going to. I'm in enough trouble as it is. Well, and here's the thing, talking about YouTube being a bit crazy. Dave Cullen, at the very before the video even started, the live stream started, Dave, just before it started, you said that you hope I have a malt sitting ready. Well, here's another thing. If YouTube see alcohol in one of your videos or live streams, there's a good chance that it'll either get demonetised or pulled, and you may even get a strike. That's how crazy it is. So I don't have alcohol in my videos anymore. What I do is I have ginger ale. So here's a single ginger ale that I'm having. That's all it is. Oh, nectar. Because I can't have alcohol in my videos anymore in case they get taken down. So a nice wee ginger ale, a soft drink, non-alcoholic, okay? Okay, right, so Vince has asked me, can you do your auditor impression again? Vince, thanks very much for asking that. Here's the thing though, a lot of people have said that we love your PJ Audits impression, and it wasn't a PJ Audits impression. I just came up with a daft character, as daft as I could. Dressed him in a Hawaiian shirt and a pair of shorts. I didn't have dreadlocks, I had a hat on backwards, and I talked in a funny mixed accent. Because I think I flashed up a troll with dreadlocks in that video. People assumed that I was doing an impersonation or an impression of a particular auditor. I really wasn't. However, I might think about really doing some impressions of some auditors. Maybe. I don't know. The problem with that, the problem is, see if you do any type of parody on auditors, or you do anything, they straight away complain and report you, and the video gets taken down. And what I don't want to do is spend a lot of time and effort in making a funny, if people find it funny, a funny video, only for it to be taken down because the auditor in question is complaining about it. So I probably won't be doing any more like that. But thanks anyway, Vince, for your appreciation. Right, John Sobel says hello from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Hello, John. How you doing? Right, what I'll be doing now is, right, it's not membership time yet. From now on, I've read out a few of the comments there. I wouldn't be reading any more out unless you have typed in at Windswept Robert, so that it's highlighted and it'll come up very clear on my screen, and I can click it, because I can't go through them all, because as you can see there's a lot of chat going on in here, and I can't address every single comment. If you put in a super chat, of course that will get mentioned straight away. Right, okay, anyway, so my fourth point I've got written down here is that it's about the title of the thumbnail, or it's about the thumbnail and the title of the live stream tonight, which is, if you remember it, it said no more regulations and rules. I've been thinking about this for a while now. It's been kind of bugging me. I bought my Mini 2 Lassie 3 years ago, and it was meant to be fun. It was meant to be this great hobby where I was going out and seeing parts of my country from angles that you would never ever normally see unless you hired a hot air balloon or hired a helicopter or an aircraft. But you could do this anywhere at any time, and I thought, that's fantastic. That's what I bought the drone for. And that's what I initially started doing. It was making videos like that. And I actually became monetized with 1,000 subscribers within 4 weeks. I actually started the channel in November, but then I didn't do anything with it until the following March, I think it was. I just let it sit, and I spent that time learning how to edit and learning how to work YouTube. So I didn't do anything there. But from the period of when I first started really posting, it only took me 4 weeks to get monetized. So thinking back in that time, it seems to me that those videos were really appreciated. People liked those videos, and I'm sad to say, and I'm a bit embarrassed that over the years that content has changed from that kind of nice, uplifting, happy-go-lucky shots of other parts of the of the scenery around here with narration stuff. It's changed from that to be more about the regulations, the rules, the CAA, VLOS, height restrictions, distance restrictions. It's become all about that, and a lot of the videos that I produced over the past year, maybe year and a half, maybe even 2 years, have been about that. And enough's enough. I've had enough, right? You all know my stance on the rules and regulations. I think that they make regulations for the pure reason of regulating, and for trying to control our hobby. And I understand that there are some people who are nutcases and would just disregard everything and fly extremely dangerously. But I don't want the entire population of drone flyers to be regulated because of a couple of numpties, right? So it's been getting me down, the whole regulation and rules problem. So what I've decided to do is, rather than try and change any rules, which is never going to happen, or rather than try to circumvent the rules by finding loopholes in the law or finding ways to get around it, I've decided that I'm going to go back to creating the videos that I used to create, which I'm just going to take my drone out and I'm going to fly it over nice areas, and I'm going to do what I like, okay? And if there are consequences to be had, there'll be consequences, and I'll face the consequences. But if I happen to fly beyond visual line of sight, I'll never ever fly above 120 metres, because I think that is really dangerous. I'll never do that. But if I happen to fly beyond visual line of sight inadvertently, so be it, right? But I'm not going to be going on, I'm not going to be making any more videos about the rules and regulations of the CAA. It's not doing us any good. It's not doing our hobby any good. It's just dragging us down, and we're getting caught up in this whole thing, and it's a load of nonsense. And there are enough channels who talk about the rules and regulations. You don't need me doing it as well. Okay? So that's the way it's going to be in my channel from now on. If anybody's really only interested in my channel for my take on the rules and regulations, I'm not going to be doing that anymore, okay? Right, so there we go. I'm going to, having said that, typical YT AI nonsense. There are no humans running YT these. Yeah, you're right. That's how I feel as well. The algorithm is fantastic, and AI is fantastic these days. But it's easy to I can't even remember the words I'm trying to say. It's easy to manipulate the AI to get what you want and hurt people, creators like me. Right, okay, anyway, having said all of that I just said, I have a video introduction that has a theme that is still connected somewhat with the rules and regulations, somewhat loosely. And I had to make it. I had no choice. I had to make this video, right? But it'll be the last one that even mentions the rules and regulations. But what I'm going to do is, it's still in production. I've edited some of it. I've started work on it, but it's nowhere near completion. I'm hoping that I'll be able to get it out for the weekend coming, maybe Friday night or Saturday, but it's not ready yet. But I do want to show you part of it. I want to show you the introduction of it. So I'm going to fire up the introduction. I'll stop it after a few seconds just to ask in the chat, and please let me know in the chat that you can hear it, because I'm not sure if I've set it up properly so that you can hear it. John Sobel, thanks very much for the sub. So here's the video, if I can get the screen, and I think I can still talk over it. Yeah, I can. Can you hear this audio?
The footage that you're about to see comes from
Oh,
two
wait a
sources.
minute. No, you can't.
The SD card that was inside my Mavic 3, and
right, so can you hear, let me just go back to my face. Right, could you hear the audio, which was basically me talking? Could you hear that? All fine, good. Okay, what I'll do is, I'm going to play the intro. This is the introduction to the video that's currently in production that hopefully will be out for the weekend. So I'll play the introduction for you, and then I'll talk you through a little bit more of the video, and then I'll talk you through the end of it. Now, this video is going to be interesting to people who are concerned with the flying beyond visual line of sight, okay? So let me play the intro to this that I have recorded already.
the footage that you're about to see comes from two sources. One, the SD card that was inside my Mavic 3, and secondly, the internal storage of the DJI RC Pro, which can record the screen, and this would include the telemetry. The footage was not taken by me, and here's the background to this. I have a friend who owns a farm, and it's a sheep farm. It's not too far away from here, and he has a Mini 2. And he asked my opinion on whether I thought he would be able to use his Mini 2 to round up the sheep. He was looking for a technological improvement on his sheepdog and him on his quad. Now, I don't know anything about sheep farming, but I thought this was quite an interesting idea. So my advice to him was that he was probably going to need a bigger drone than a Mini 2, because it would need to produce quite a bit of noise in order to to scare the sheep into moving, and it'd have to be big enough for the sheep to see so that they would move. So I recommended to him that he got himself something like a Mavic 3 or a Mavic 3 Classic, or maybe even a Mavic 3 Pro. Very expensive, aye. So he said to me, can I borrow your Mavic 3 to try this out? And if it works, then I'll be more inclined to think about seriously purchasing one. I don't want to go ahead and get one, spend, $1,500 or whatever it is to get one, and then find that, no, it doesn't really work. So I was a bit reluctant, but he is a good friend of mine, so I said, okay, you already have your Mini 2, you're already registered with the CAA, you have your own ID, and you understand the rules and the regulations, so yeah, you can borrow it. So he borrowed it, and whether or not it was successful in rounding up the sheep or not is for another video. But this video is about what I actually discovered on the telemetry and the SD card when he handed me my Mavic 3 back. And I wasn't expecting this. So here we go. Fuck, sorry, I'm an idiot. What a dick. Right. Oh, no. Oh, I'm always doing stuff like that, right? Okay, sorry about that. Right, let me go back. What did I say there? Right, so that's the introduction to the video that I'm going to be I'm in the middle of producing, right? And after my introduction, what you see is the actual footage that I recovered from the internal memory of my Pro controller, because screen recordings are not saved on the disc that you can put in it. You can put a wee disc in there, right? But the screen recordings are not stored in the disc. They're stored in the internal memory, right? So when he handed me my Mavic 3 back, the footage that he had taken was stored on the internal memory. So I found it and I thought, that's not what he told me was going to happen and not what I was expecting. So I'm going to show you a tiny little bit now of just a little bit of the footage. And here it is. And I'll keep my mic on and I'll talk to you. So here's what I discovered. Right. If you look at the distance. Okay. Right, he's definitely not rounding sheep up here. I'm keeping the mic on, Dave. He's definitely, there's over 10 kilometres, right? Can you see that? 10 kilometres. And now returning to home. Okay, so that is the footage that I discovered. What he did is, he did a range test. So obviously, he wanted to know how far would the Mavic 3 go on one battery, and what was the signal like. He wanted to test that. Or maybe his sheep were 10 kilometres away and he was using the drone to go out and find them. However, as it turns out, I now have the footage of a range test which took my Mavic 3 over 10 kilometres. Now that raised a question.
right? It raised a serious question for me, which I have recorded the question, and I'm going to stick it. It's on. It's going to be on the end of the video, right? And I'll now play that question for you. So you've seen the beginning of the video, and you've seen the end of the video, and you've seen something in the middle of the video. I've got to do a lot of editing on it just to make it nice and lovely and polished. But here now is the question that this raises, and I really, if I have time, 20 minutes, I'll get to the memberships as soon as you've seen this. I want to do a wee discussion on this question. So here's the question. Some of you can maybe imagine what the question is already, but here's the question that this raises, and I'll shut up while it's playing and hope you can hear it.
That I have about this video is, where does this leave me legally? It's my drone. It was my drone that flew this mission, and it looks on the face of it to have been a mission that went beyond visual line of sight. Now, I know that I've said in the past that videos can't be used as evidence because they can be manipulated and they don't always show you what is really happening. So I don't know if he followed the drone on his quad or whatever. I've got no idea, but I just would like to know, where does this leave me legally? Let's supposing that this was a flight that went beyond visual line of sight. I wasn't even there, but I lent this guy my drone. He's got his own user ID. He's registered with the CAA. Where does it leave me legally? If you know the answer to that, leave a comment. And if you don't, but you've got an opinion on it,
right, that's pretty much the gist of it, the gist of the end of the video. The question it raises is, if you lend your drone to someone and they do something that breaks the regulations, does it leave you liable? Now, I don't think it does, thinking about it with common sense, because if someone borrows my car and then they speed, I don't get the speeding ticket, do I? If they knock someone over and cause them a lot of damage, I'm not liable for that either. So if someone borrows my drone and flies out of the regulations, am I liable? I don't know. I don't know the answer. I don't think I am. Common sense would say no, but who knows? So anyway, I noticed there Dave said delete the video and log and say no more about it. But here's the thing, Dave. That's a fantastic bit of footage. That's a range test that shows a really good strong signal up to 10 kilometres away. I don't want to delete that video. I want to turn that into a YouTube video. That's a fantastic bit of footage. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to make a video out of it. The thing is, though, it wasn't me that flew it. I wasn't even there. It was, nothing to do with me. But where does it leave me? So that's. I just wanted to give you a wee preview of the video that I'm in production, and I wanted to do it because I did go on my agenda point 2 or whatever it was, that I wouldn't be making any more videos about the regulations and the laws and all of that kind of stuff. And then, me having said all that, if you now see this video at the weekend, you're going to say, oh, here's another video about flying beyond visual line of sight, when he said he wasn't going to be doing any more. So I just wanted to give you the heads up and say, after this one, which I started a few days ago before I finally made the decision not to do any more rules and regulations videos, that there won't be any more, okay? But it's a very interesting video, because if you're interested in range tests, how far does the Mavic 3 go and what kind of signal strength does it get when it's at 10 kilometres, that footage will show you. He hit the screen recording and fantastic. So I'm very pleased about that. So anyway, right, it's 22. So I'll have a quick look at some of your comments. If there's any highlighted, there's one. Paul Taylor, he's got one. The sheep travel far. Paul, this is it. He may have been saying, look, I had a couple of my sheep broke out and they were way up there, so I used the drone to go and find them. None of my business. He was doing that, and it was name of his Exile FPV Silence of the Lambs. That's when I was. Oh my God! Well done, Mark. Well done. Right. I'll wait to get your control. Right. Okay. All the sheep jokes are coming in now. You are joking, right? Vince got his RC Pro second hand for new, like $650. Fantastic. That's a great price, Vince. Well done. And I hope, like me, you're finding that it is just miles and miles above the RC and the RC2 and even the RCN1. You say you use it in all your drones. I use it in my drones other than my Mini 2. It's not compatible with the Mini 2, but I love my control. I've actually got two of them. Oh, here's a wee thing before I get to the memberships. I don't think John Blair is in. John, my friend from the Blair Air channel, I got a wee package through a couple of days ago. Here's the package, actually. So that's the package there that John sent me. I'm not going to sit it still because I don't want you to see my address. But John sent me this package through a couple of days ago, and it was full of filters for the DJI Mavic 3. So John has given me these. These are spare filters that he had that he wouldn't be using. So John sent them to me. So thanks very much, John. I don't think you're in the chat just now, but if you're watching this in catch up, I really appreciate that, and I'll email you about it as well. So thanks. Right, let me get to the memberships, the free giveaway memberships. Well, let's have a quick look at the chat. I said I would look at the chat first. Gerard McGlinchey says, that's why I was telling you to try the RC Pro with a Mavic. RC Pro with a Mavic. I've been using the RC Pro with a Mavic since I got the Mavic, Gerard. You know, RC Pro is incredible. It is. It's very expensive, but for anyone who actually says, right, I'm going to shell out and I'm going to get it, there's no going back. I mean, you just can't ever envisage using any other controller again once you've used that. The screen is incredible. It feels like a real controller, not a wee toy. Right, okay, so let me get to the memberships. Now, I'm testing this out. I don't know if it's going to work or not. I'll give it a bash and see what happens, right? If I can get rid of that, can I get rid of that? I can't see that. Right, I'm going to click on the dollar sign now, right? The wee icon. And I'll get a pop-up, right? I've got super stickers pop-up. I've got super chat pop-up. I've got an unlock your membership only perks. That's to join the channel. And I've got one here that says membership gifting. So I'm going to click on that. It says gift free of charge. You have 10 memberships left to gift this month, it says. Oh, now it says gift 5 now. Right, I'm going to click this button that says gift 5. I wonder, could I? No, there's no way you could see this screen. Wait a minute, you could. If I moved that over here, so you can see me doing this live, so you know I'm not trying to cheat or anything. Right, that's my agenda going. Let me move that over there. Right, so if I can go to the screen, hear me, if I can go to the screen there. Right, so that's what I see in that's all your chat there. And remember I was telling you, if you type in @Windswept Robert, it'll pop up like that. It pops up in orange for me, right? So it's dead easy for me to see, and I can call it. I can mention that. I mean, it stands out in amongst all of the other chat that doesn't have that, because there's a lot of good comments here, but they don't stand out. And I haven't got time to read them all during the live stream. But when one pops up like that, it's easy to see. So that's why I say if you type @Windswept Robert in your comment, it'll highlight it in orange for me to see, and it's more likely that I'll actually mention it. Right, so anyway, so let me see if I can do that. Right, so I've done all that, and it says gift free of charge. You have 10 memberships left to get this month. Terms apply. I think the terms are that it's a 1 month membership you get free. I can give 5 now, so I'm going to click on that and see what happens. I've got no idea what's going to happen, right? Hold on, what's this, Peter Manning? You have to refresh the page. What was that? You have to refresh the page. Mine showing 34. Oh, I don't know what that means. Oh, it's the likes. Aye, right. Yeah, if there's 85 people watching, and there's only a few likes. That's not very good. Especially if one of these gifts or some of these gifts go to people that haven't even given me a thumbs up. That'll be annoying. Right, anyway, I'm going to click this and see what happens. So here we go, gift 5 now. Click. It's spinning, it's spinning. Gifted 5. Right, what happened there? Oh, it's popping up. Dave Cullen was gifted a membership. Craig Donaldson was gifted a membership. Sasha Grant was gifted a membership. Ampersand was gifted a membership. Right, so it did. What I thought is it randomly. I'm getting all these. I'm getting all these YouTube pop-ups on my phone now. Right, there you go. So, right. Let me bring that chart back over so I can see it in front of me, and I'll bring my face back up. Right, so as you saw there, what happened? I kind of suspected that's what would happen. It just randomly threw out 5 free memberships. Can I do another 5? Wait a minute, see if I can do another 5. I can, right? Okay, I'm going to gift another 5 right now. I'll put the camera back over there, or I'll put the screen back over there, and I'll show you it, right? What time is it? I've got a clock up in front of me. Aye, plenty of time. Right, so there we go. So 5 of you got memberships there, right? Including Dave Cullen, who says thank you, but there's no point in thanking me, Dave. It was completely random. The YouTube AI decided. So I've actually got another 3. So it's 10 I'm going to give away. So I'm going to give away another 5. Are we ready? So here we go. Cross your fingers. You're not getting much, but you're getting something. Here we go. Gift 5 now. Boom. Oh, boom. Who's going to get it? Spin, spin, spin. Right, who gets them? Who gets them? Who gets them? Vince, you've got one. Scuppy Games, you've got one. Jacook Hun, you've got one. Nick Brown, you've got one. And Rico Rat, you've got one. Right, there you go. Are you guys that just got some of the memberships, are you actually in the chat just now? Oh, there you go. It's coming up with me. Are you actually in the chat just now? Or are you just, has YouTube's AI selected 5 people at random who are subscribers or viewers or what? I've got no idea. Caroline, you make a good point. But it's only for a month. I believe it's a free membership for a month, right? That's all it's for. And if you had unmembered to be in with a shout of getting one of these emails, you might not have got it. I can't do good for doing wrong. Right. So there you go. So 10 new memberships given out. Is that a Canadian thing it's showing when it's coming up there? Is that a Canadian flag? I don't know what that was. Oh, I've got no idea. No, I think it's just a cloud getting puffed up. Right, so there we go. So there's 10 new memberships. Free memberships. Now, as far as I'm aware, I think I'm right with this. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. It's a month. It's free for a month, and after that, it finishes. You can, if you want, if you think, I quite like the content he puts up just for the members, I'll continue to pay the couple of quid or whatever it is every month to see that. You can do that, or you can just let it expire, I think. I don't really know. It's the first time I've tried it, all right? So it says, Windswept Robert, you have also become a member. Did it gift me a membership? No, surely not. I'll check through the comments later on to see if it made me a member. That was it. That would have been a bit weird. And there you go. Sweet Caroline says as well, is if you look at the little symbol next to her name, the colour of the drone depicts how long you've been a member. So if you look at Mark's there, exiled FPV, you can't see it when I pop it up on his screen, but if you look in the chat, he's got a red one, right? So he's been a member for much longer than Caroline, who has a blue one, who's been a member for much longer than Dave, who has a wee white one, right? So as the months go past, the colour of the drone next to your name will change too. And you get to, for those of you who think, well, what else do we get? You are now able to use a whole, I think there's about 6 or 8 emojis that are only available to the members. I don't know if I can type one in here or not. I'll try saying hello and then seeing if I can bring up one of these special. You can. Right, you get special emojis like that. Right, that's one of them. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 at the moment. And you get more the more members you got. So I might be able to add a few more wee emojis. You can use, there's Caroline just put all, I think she just put them all up there. That's all of the emojis that the members can use in the chat that non-members can't use, all right? There's a wee thing up here that's showing me 5 gifts. I wonder if what will do happen if I click on that. Oh, it just says 5. Gifted 5 memberships, aye, right, and there's the other one, which is gifted 5 memberships, aye. Right, so there you go, so 10 memberships given away tonight. So you get, for the new members, you get your little emojis that no one else can use in the chat or in comments. You get a little icon, special icon next to your name, which will change colour the longer you're a member. And I post up content that is only for the members. There's no ads, it's all ad free. And it's really just some of it's background stuff, me showing you where I'm going, why I'm going, how I set up things, different things like that. Maybe a wee bit personal stuff, maybe a bit of my family life and things like that I don't put out to the viewership of the world. It's only for members. So those are the kind of things you like. Mark has put up a wee link there. Don't know what the link's to, but is it maybe how to join? I think it is. I'm not really sure what it is, Mark. I'll come off of that. Right, so Mavericks Drone says, well, I had issues before with YouTube, but as you're getting back to the old format, I will rejoin. Well, you could wait until next month, February, because I think I'll get another 5 or maybe 10. I don't know. I think it's 5 a month you get, so I think I've got that's December's and January's that I've just given there. Well, you became a member. Thanks very much for joining Mavericks Drone. Thanks for joining. I'll be giving away, I think it's 5 a month you get, and that was December's and January's that I gave away there, so that's why it was 10. So on the first Sunday in February, I'll live stream again and give away another 5, and I'll do that every month. And then when we go weekly, because I only get 5 a month, it will be on the first Sunday of every month that I give away 5 memberships for as long as YouTube allow me to do this. I'll keep doing that. Right, so that was that. That was quite exciting. What I'm going to try to bring my agenda up, because I think I've got a couple of points left in the few minutes that are remaining to me. No, I've actually said I need to say, because my remaining agenda points were to talk about buying me a coffee and how they've changed the reply method, and I can't reply to them now. So I wanted to reply in person so that people don't think I'm not appreciative of the coffee they buy me. And here's point 8, talking about the memberships there. I am, because I've now got 10 new members, or 11 if you count Mavericks Drone, 11 new members. I am going to start creating a lot more content for the members. I'm going to create at least as many videos as I put out on the normal channel. So for every video that goes out in the normal channel, there will be at least one members only video as well. That's my plan. It's only fair. You pay a subscription, you're entitled to more than just emojis and a wee drone next to your name. So I will be creating, it will double the amount of work I'm having to do, but it's worth it. It's worth it for you guys. Right, okay. I've got a few minutes left, so quick look at the chat. All I've got here is a whole list of new members. So, right, Jay has said, Pam Torby radio listening. Hi Rob. Oh, hi there, Jay. Bomok says, is your desktop background one of your photos? No, it's not actually. That is. Let me get rid of my agenda and I'll show you again. That background is what you get with the Mac. That's the Mac. It's actually animated. It loops. It's not doing anything at the moment. It looks still, but it's actually a video in it. it loops every few minutes, and it's a wee video of a drone flying over that. So no, it's not mine. It comes as standard with the Mac, whatever version we're on now. I'm not sure. Right, let me just see if there's any more at Windswept. There's Caroline. I have already said that. Poor saps. I don't know what would means. It must mean something very simple that I should know. All right, aye. What's up with this profile? Yeah, good. I don't know. That's very strange. I don't know what that is, to be honest with you. I'll check that later, Mark. Thanks for pointing out to me. Peter Mulder says, Robert, perhaps you get a membership. I think I'm already a member of my own channel. I don't know. Right, there's Dave throwing up some of his new emojis. There's Stevie proudly putting his emoji up, a couple of his emojis. Right, so there you go. Dave's got a wee white one. Right, okay, I'm starting to witter on a bit now. Right, I'm going to be finishing up. Mark, you're asking, is this your channel? I don't know, Mark. I'm going to finish up in a couple of seconds, and I will check that out, because that didn't look like my channel, and it looked as if I only got a quick glance at it, so I don't know, but I'll check that out. It doesn't look like my channel. Robert, that's the Windswept Robert who got the free membership. Looks like a copycat channel with no content. Windswept Robert 7210, that's not me. It's not my channel, right? That channel got a membership, did it? Damn it. I don't know how it got a channel. That's no me. It's me. It's my picture, obviously. None of you can see it, can you? Wait, I'll bring it over. You can see it now. There's the link that Mark made. There, it's there, right? So this is not my channel. This is Windswept Robert 7210. It's not my channel, right? There's no content. Don't know anything about this. So how it got a membership, I don't know. Anyway, so there's the screen. That's the chat that when I'm chatting to you, that's the screen that I see there. Dave putting up. So there's all the emojis, right? So that's what I see. Dave Cullen, see if you can rescind the membership. Aye, Dave, I will do. I'll look into that, because I don't want a membership going to, certainly not a copycat account. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there because I don't want to run over my time and into the Drone Seekers International, right? So thanks everybody for joining me, and congrats to all the new members, and thanks for those who are members and have joined and have been members for a while. Thanks for all the coffees and the super chats and everything. I do appreciate it. I'll probably pop into Drone Seekers for a wee while in the next couple of minutes once I've checked out that channel, and I'll see you on the first Sunday in February, and then starting probably April, I'll be back to my Sunday weekly ones. Okay, thanks a lot. See you next time.